freaking name on me. Name on me. DJ Wizzy, nigga, I'm on me. Name on me. Usa Camara name on me. I'm in a drama gas. Mama nyenda iwade kapona. Eya bamrita maka. Newe abaya koyo. Mama abatike po. Mama nyenda iwade kapona. Mommy, you come first in everything I do on earth. Mama, you are the best. I mean the best among the rest. No mother like you, Mama. No woman will ever take your place. I remember you was my hero when I was zero. I love you today, tomorrow, and forevermore. I love you, and nothing can stop me from love you. Hey, I'm a tamaka. Never ya call you, Mama. About to care from Mama. Yes, you are the couple. Hey, I'm a tamaka. Mama, oh, ya call you, Mama.
El Frankie, yeah. My mama love, and I know what to say to the woman I love. The one I in the door, one that took care of me when I was a boy. She get to wing a nut, that's a God above. Now she the one I talking about. Now my mom talk, she never got tired with me. All my hard times. In my life as a single parent, you took the lead.
Mama.
Yeah, mama. Like every good mothers who love to be the sun that brightens the day of the children's life. Or you decided to be the moon that gonna be there for me when the sun goes down. Thanks for being who you are, mama. I owe you a lot. This life, I owe you a lot, mama. Yeah, you made us know that all women are not mothers. So the good example of one, mama.
Mama. Music anywhere. Name on me. El Frankie name on me. Name on me. DJ Wizzy, nigga, I'm on me. Name on me. Usa Camara name on me. I'm in a drama gas. Mama nyenda iwade kapona. Eya bamrita maka. Newe abaya koyo. Mama abatike po. Mama nyenda iwade kapona. Mommy, you come first in everything I do on earth. Mama, you are the best. sorry for love. You ain't about me, my guy. Wherever I call you, mama. Mama, nyete, you are the couple. Ain't about me, my guy. Mama, boy, I call you. Mama, abati careful. Mama, nyete, you are the
El Frankie,
couple.
yeah.
Mama,
Mama love, mama love. And I know what to say to the woman I love. The one I in the door, one that took care of me when I was a boy. She get to win a nut, that's a God above. Now she the one I talking about. Now my mom talk, she never got tired with me. All my hard times, how they was, she been quiet with me. Though she never had much to give, she always felt proud with me. Even when I feeling sad, she told me things to make me laugh again. You saw the good in me, mama. They a little boy, yeah. Little boy came from nowhere. Whoever thought there's some making the hit, now the people they feeling him right. Yeah, I'm so proud of you, mama. You sow the seeds. In my life as a single parent, you took the lead. Yeah, mama. Like every good mothers who like to be the sun that brightens the day of the children's life. Or you decided to be the moon that gonna be there for me when the sun goes down. Thanks for being who you are, mama. I owe you a lot in this life. I owe you a lot, mama. Yeah, you made us know that all women are not mothers. So the good example of one,
Mama,
we
you
love
are
you.
the couple, man. Love you, mama. And so we'd like to say good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on your location this time. Welcome to BKS Television. Welcome to the Heat Hour program here on BKS Television. We are broadcasting to you from Butu Town, Nema County, District number 5. And of course, we are really on Facebook at Voice of BKS or BKS Television. And also, we are relayed on YouTube and Facebook too as well. Again, folks, we'd like to say good evening and welcome to all of you here this evening. Good evening to all of you who are watching us via radio or listening to us via Radio Land. Those of you watching too on Facebook and YouTube, would like to say welcome to the show. If it's in the morning, we'd like to say good morning. If it's in the afternoon, we'd like to say good afternoon. If it's in the evening, we'd like to say good evening and welcome to the show here this evening. Of course, my name is Junior We are paying, and I'm here alongside DK Way, Mr. Matheson Davis, Shadrach G. Togbe, the change agent. All of us are here today to discuss issues affecting Liberia. Basically, District number 5 will be going to the poll comes August 12th, which is Tuesday of this week. We're going to be preaching a message of peace here today on this platform. No politics, no sir. We preach the message of peace right here on the platform. Again, we'd like to say good evening to all of you. Welcome to the show. Those of you watching us from Canada, those of you watching us from USA, those of you watching us from Australia, every part of the world you're watching us from, we'd like to say good evening and welcome to Voice of BKS this evening. Good evening to you, DK, and welcome to the show.
Why you can't go to Maposi and why shut your face that day today? You too serious.
You see, Shadow, when you do a fair, I mean, deal with me. Oh.
Yeah, but I think his Kennedy is lost in the election. I think so.
No,
So
Shadow,
okay, thank you. I think we are having Yan, Alexander Yan, and Eddie Jawolo today. We will also be having Rosa Park. I think that Maposi training. Rosa will be our female. Will be joining. Okay, so Eddie is reaching out to me. So let me get Eddie quick.
Okay, no problem. Bring Eddie on.
All right.
Let's say good evening to you and welcome to the show this evening, Mr. Matheson and David, Professor Matheson and David. Good evening and welcome to the show, Chief.
Thank you, Gerald. I think today is going to be a very great day. Campaign is over. Election is on Tuesday, and we want to urge our citizens to be kind, go to election, elect the candidate of their choice, void of disturbances, void of violence. District 5 is the only place we have, and we all have to come together to keep it peaceful. It is about who is best suited to represent us at this time. We know there are many candidates, but there's going to be only one winner. So we want our people to know that and brave themselves. Whoever comes out victorious, let's accept that the district has won and join hands together, share ideas on how to build the district. District 5 is one of the great districts in Nima County. It remains the foremost breadbasket of our community. It's the true agrarian community. We're agrarian people, so we have to come together to share idea and chart the new course that will bring about total liberation of our people, both development-wise, so that our people can self-develop and move ahead. Let's keep together, hold together. Multiple candidates, one winner. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. I like the last part he said. Multiple candidates, one winner, and one Booyah, one Nima, one Liberia. But guess what? 2029, I'm going to be in the middle because I'm the only person on the platform that I'm not a politician. Mr. Maverson will be contesting. DK Way will be contesting. Who will I support? Who will I talk good about? DK Way is my big brother. Maverson is also my father. Shadrach Togbetu is contemplating or contesting District 5. I know the men from Blue Play. They want to unite to, support Shadrach. But I don't know. Good evening and welcome to the show this evening, Shadrach.
My man, don't be anything to me. I think someone I want to contest. Large, I all look for that either.
Oh, you scary?
I'm not scared, boy, and I don't think about it. What people go do it that I understand. I can contribute different ways. All right, good evening, and thank you so much for the show. And good evening to Sion, Brother Maverson, and our guest. I just joined Edie T. Jawuro. Good evening to our listening audience out there. So, like the Sion already said, it's good that campaign is over. I can consider elections to be the football game. And when people going for competition, the World Cup or Africa whatsoever, the 32 teams, only one winner. So all these things are just to find a way how we can elect a best leader. We advise people next time they shouldn't go into confrontation, election or no confusion. Even in society like America, other countries, husband and wife on the same bed. You supporting a woman with everything, but she got different democratic opinion. She did different candidate. Her choice. She can't force her. She feels comfortable with that person. She got to convince you why she want to go to that side. So similar thing happened in our country. So we say thank God at least nobody lost their life, no doing the lies, no issues that took place. But we want to talk to our sisters and brothers back home after election. Let's come together, build our district, share ideas. Whosoever wins, the district win. Don't say away to say Sand or John Brown win, Peter win. I'm not part of that leadership. No, bring all your good ideas. We'll still work with you and offer us the winner who God will use to be more victorious. Also bring together everybody, solicit ideas and make the district a vibrant area for all of us. Thank you so much for the show. We wait to listen to our guests to bring more ideas and we'll share together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shadrach, and thank you to you, Mr. Maverson, for being here tonight. I mean, all of us here today, we are guests. No host, no panelists, nobody. All of us, we are guests. Why are we guests? Because we're preaching a message of peace. All of us, that's part of our political side, who we supporting. And I tell you, say, when I run campaign, but if you run campaign here today, if you're in America, we'll write the election commission to write the Minister of Justice to extradite you to Liberia because campaign finished already. If you do anything contrary here today, that will level you. So we have on the show with us Mr. Eddie D. Jawuro. Eddie D. Jawuro is the executive director of Nemo Partners for Democratic Development. This is Eddie's area of perfection. Eddie has to tell us much more. What are the procedures we should take? What should we do tomorrow just in case somebody brings up violence? What are the ways forward? What are the administrative procedure? Who do we report electoral violence to tomorrow if any of that thing happen? But again, we are not praying for them. We pray for peace. We pray that the people of District Number 5 conduct themselves accordingly. Let's welcome you to the show this evening, Mr. Eddie D. Jawolo, the Bong County man. Good evening and welcome to the show, Chief.
Thank you, Junior, and thank you to your colleagues. I'm currently in Abidjan, so I'm now home in a hotel. We are part of an ECOWAS delegation to see what we can do to help the forum with the election. So we're part of a technical team. I think I'm the only president from Liberia yet. But basically, election is about two things, two group of people. You either be a candidate or you're a voter. If you're not candidate, you're not voter, then you get no part to play in the election, right? So there are two major areas where you see conflict in the election. Either during campaign and the counting announcement of results. So now that we have completed the campaign, the major issue is how the National Election Commission going to announce the results. That's the more critical aspect. That's where it's very important that the candidate have observers who understand what they're going to look for. I observe election in many countries. I mean, coming to Liberia, you send an observer who would have no idea about what you're going to look for. There were some people testifying that they accepted the result. The next day they go and say they're going to court, they were cheated. So you realize that most of the cases that go to court is very difficult to win because the observer are not really trained. You know, so I support the candidate. Oh, mama, go be to the pool, go observe, because all the money is spent, all the running around, all the talking. That one result is what everybody going for. And not only what happened in my or what it was, it's the results that we're running after. So the announcement of the result had to be in a way that the candidate are certified, so make it very transparent. I was every election in Ghana where we had almost 18 million people. In less than 2 days result, you can't keep the result. You don't keep the result for a very long time. You know, it's very difficult now with social media. People will start speculating. People will start giving their own results. You build tension. It's very important that the National Election Commission keep on releasing the report so people know exactly what's happening. But it's time for traditional leaders to get involved. To keep telling the candidate that they go to the election, whoever win the election in a free and fair manner, you accept the results. Nothing else you can do. I don't care how many candidates in the ballot people, only one person will win. It's about paying back. So if you're a candidate in a particular district, you're doing your best for the people will pay you back. And there are three different types of voters. You have the opposition, you have your own voter, you have the undecided voter. And people are in our district, they're not politicians, but they vote. They're still trying to listen about what are the issues. Why should I vote for that candidate? Why should I vote for Junior? Me, I'm in politics, I don't do nothing, but I want to vote. So you realize that in Liberia, most of the time, the candidate only follow their party thing, their supporter. The message don't resonate with undecided voter. So you always see that when you go to election, all of maybe the tenor can be like 35, 40, 50% because you're not touching the undecided voter. That's why the messaging has to be very strong. What does it you want to do? What the issue? What change will it bring? Or you're just going to be in the legislature to get your $45,000 car, you know, and you support the system that can be audited, or you go in there as a reformer. And that's why you're going to touch the undecided voter. And you got to be based on what you are doing. You're not just going to work out one day and say, when I get out, I'll make it. No, they got to know that you're somebody who stand for something. A lot of people will tell you that the problem in Liberia is the legislature. There's a problem in Liberia is the legislature. There's so many things happening in water. We brought the light boss. The light can't shine anymore. People are frustrated. We need somebody in our legislature that can be a change. That will open the legislature to know what happened to the budget. I mean, you can pass a budget of over $880 million, only $9 million go to the 15 counties. And nobody speaks for them. I mean, the concern about getting $3,000 every month for gasoline. Every three years they get a new car for $45,000. But when the superintendent buy a car, they feel what the superintendent should buy a car. We need a leader in our legislature that really bring change. That make sure that decentralization, the power to the people actually apply. And that's the type of people that the people in Nima should start looking for. Strong candidate as frank that will stand for something. So now that they have completed the campaign, it's time for the observation crew to be very transparent. Because if the man feel he won the election in the National Election Commission, the perception that the way they announce the results are problem, it almost happened to Lofa. The way they announced the result in Lofa was very strange. You cannot just put the total number, the district together and say they make off 52%. People want to know from the different centers. And when you finish with the voting, they pull out pin people on the wall. Now those pin people have to go to the magistrates. And the magistrate going to look at that pin paper and read the number and send it to most other candidates be announced. So the candidate have to make sure that don't just focus on that pin paper on the wall. Where all the media journalists will be carrying, oh yeah, GM want 250 voters, man want. When you put all that pin paper together.
In our general election, we observe few elections and in few counties that you realize that the election commission will open at 8 o'clock. But then for people to open at 8 o'clock, you will be opening sometime around 10, sometime around 11 o'clock. What is your message to the election commission, especially in a remote district at District 5, where road connectivity is very bad? What can you tell them to ensure that ballot boxes are to the polling places on time?
What the National Election Commission to do, make sure that you build up capacity. Get some people from other districts that will help the election worker to make sure you get the thing there on time. But equally so, the next thing is security. If you carry the ballot boxes, why are you going to keep it? In Ghana, the ballot boxes were kept by police or the army. Can you trust the police to keep ballot boxes in Liberia? No. Do you know that they're not even putting ballot people in Liberia because of lack of trust? So the National Election Commission had to do a lot of work. Got to do a lot of work to make sure that at 8 o'clock, they put in start. Because if you don't do that, you will see that people will start voting late and you run into maybe 6:30, 7 o'clock to go close and play get dark. No electricity. Now you got to go count in the night. That's another big challenge. Counting in the night and the media already have picked up the story, carrying it up. It start bringing tension in the county. So they got to make sure that they get all the logistics. They deploy ahead of time. Make sure that the citizen can build trust with them and be able to get a best. They've done it before. I mean the 2022 election really added some value to the National Election Commission. Our in Ghana and the people were like we were doing regional case study per region, and Liberia came number 1 in terms of the way they organize the election. And I was really proud in that group, the way they organized the 2024 election. A lot of people were afraid, but at least they came to an era where the result was accepted. And now Nima election was the central election where it was peaceful, the result was good. I don't think that having this one district election will be any problem. Yes, I don't think it will be any problem. The only issue now is that they need to release a report on time. Delaying report and the media picking up the results are a major problem. And just releasing say, look, the district 250,000 person voted and they made 150%. No, gotta break it down so that people can have time to analyze the vote. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Eddie. Let's welcome to the show.
Jerome, how are you? immutable.
Let's welcome to the show Mr. Jerome Gibson. Gibson, welcome to the show this evening. Please unmute yourself. We are glad to have you on here today. Booyah goes to the pool August 12th, which is on Tuesday. Let's hear you. We're preaching the message of peace. You are known for preaching the messages of peace in Liberia. You are known as a professional person. Booyah is one of the remote districts in Liberia. As the matter of fact, we border with Ivory Coast. Butuo have a history that the rebels used that place before to enter in Liberia with war. Now that we are going to the pool. To our knowledge, we have around 80 police officers within the district currently that I got in the process. But again, police in Liberia are not highly respected. We all know that. What's your message to the people of Booyah and all of the candidates? Campaign closed yesterday at 12 a.m.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, the name Butuo is a prominent name in Liberian politics, military politics in Liberia. Now that we are all moving towards peace, the representatives or the candidates who are representing the district or who are going to vie for this position, they must imagine that they should tell their followers that Butuo or the entire district is not a violent district. Things happen at some point in time of their history, but it is not a violent district. They should tell their followers to avoid violence. Election violence go a long way. That's the first thing, because some people, some followers will take decisions and they mess the whole thing up. So I think the district should be united. Whoever wins, represent the district. And I heard Brother Jawlo talking about going into the details and making everything transparent. Not just declaring the result and saying, oh, you win. We want to make sure if there's one vote that is outstanding, we should know where that one vote is. Whether it is invalid vote, whether it is a valid vote that was never seen, we should make sure every vote is counted. The decision by the people of Nima from that district is very important. Their franchises must be respected. That's where we begin. The Election Commission must make sure that everyone who casts the ballot must be respected. And if we begin that way, and people begin to see that their votes are being respected, they see themselves important. They see that they have made a decision, and the decision that they made was respected. And so the person who wins claim legitimacy. You can now say, I have the mandate of the people. But if the people are cheating on his side, if the process is not transparent, if it is not clear, if people are accusing the Election Commission of some dubious activities, you will not even be happy to think that you are legitimately elected. So, but when all the votes are counted and all the votes are respected, and nobody vote is cast away just because of prominence, because of the name, because of the proximity of the person, or the ability of the person to maneuver themselves. And brother, this election is important for Nima, for that district, for the people of that district, and we want to make sure that it's respected at all costs.
Let me just add to what Jason was saying, and currently in Ivory Coast, like I said, there are a lot of tension in Ivory Coast, and Ivory Coast, Bola, Nima, a particular area, and a lot of people could use it for the wrong reason. You see, Nima now. Nima has become one of the economically potent country, and that mistake that they probably will be looted and taken to Ivory Coast or taken to Guinea. I would think that the media also have to make sure they're very careful on how to announce results. Nothing much will happen right now until the announcement of results. People don't easily accept results. They don't easily accept defeat. What we're saying, the NEC will make sure that they announce the result, not just put the whole result together and just announce it at what they did in Lofa before. The media should not be announcing results. If the media keep announcing results, you make the other people feel that they already won the election or they're leading. I think NEC should be the one to lead the process of announcing the results, and the media can update the information to the public. Announcement results, and now election violence, they don't train people for it. No training. Somebody going to read this about the both cheating, we form ballot box on the side. In fact, the pre-ballot box, they already pre-marked, they put doing this, then they put believe it. And they say nobody can't tell anything. So the media have to play a very important role in terms of maintaining the peace. If you can have a successful election in Nima for senator, how about one district? But the media have to be very, very, very careful. And this election and the last election in Nima did not have much observer because the USAID funding staff, it cut down all the domestic election observation group from there. So that one place that Nima citizen can volunteer to observe. You can go and stand there. Make sure that somebody go there to cause problem. You can say no. Because the police alone, the police not enough. And the issue about vote buying, the people pull, you take money and go to them. Then the person vote, take a picture and send it to me. All that thing have to stop. Because when you do that now, then you interfere into the working on neck. Because never say don't carry phone inside. People start carrying phones inside. When you catch a man with phone, then problem start. And when they start counting and realize that they're losing election, they say no, we cheated. Let's stop. All that thing have to stop. They announce the result. If you don't certify, there's a process to file your complaint, go to the president. They have done it before. Buffer chairman want to call every time he lose. Or speaker. He want to call many times because you know how you lose the election. It's possible that you can wait after election, you get proof, you go to court to win the case. They did it before in a river cess. They had to recount until somebody, and finally, Chief Smith, the case with Chief Smith. You check to make sure that you have enough proof to go to court. But most of us are not trained because I said, you can't just go to court and say I was cheated. How? You got to show the how. And the Kennedy don't have the time to train their observer. They better check there to see exactly what is it they're looking for. So the media have to be, all of us, the media, the civil society, the citizens of the country, got to know that one thing happening in that district will run across the other district in Nima County.
Definitely. I mean, District 5 is at a crossroad right now. For me, I'm mostly concerned about the border. We've been hearing a couple of information from Ivory Coast recently. And Ivory Coast share border with that particular district. How many immigration officers we have at the various borders? Will Liberia close her border with Ivory Coast between 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. during the election? People will not be going and coming. All of that thing we have to discuss everything here tonight. I mean, we need to call the government attention because if you check electoral violence within Liberia, District number 5 is of no exception. If District 5 is not at the top, it will be somewhere between there. Somewhere between there. Just recently, we were discussing electoral violence. We haven't heard from the police how many arrests have been made, who were those people involved with that. This is concerning to all of us. Something happened close to 3 days now. We have not heard from the police. Is the police only situated in Monrovia or they are working in all of the counties? It's concerning. There are people down there that have connection in Ivory Coast. Some of them go there to buy goods. Can you stop these people from going that day of the election to say they're crossing to go Ivory Coast to get something to come back to Liberia? I mean, these are measures we need to take. But let's hear from you, Mr. Matheson, and let's welcome to the show this evening, here with Zogeto and DK Way.
All right. Thank you. Like you said, there's no panelists. All of us are participants. I think for me, one of the things that we should look at as a country or people is how to make elected offices a little bit unattractive. Because when you see what happening now, you see a man who has no working experience, has made no income or has no income source, goes to public office, and within the space of a time, he's able to drive $45,000 car. He's able to amass some, significant wealth it's kind of like made the public office to be the only place, that people will be rushing to build wealth. And because of that, before people go to election, they have pre-calculated what they want to get from public office. Some of them will even go prior to election. They will credit from banks and other individuals, use their properties and so forth as a collateral. And then getting into the process, it becomes a do or die kind of, process. So as a result, no one is willing to concede defeat. Even if they are defeated fairly, there will be some kind of reason or justification why they lose or they are being cheated. And the very information, they get the dissemination of those kind of information, the cheating, it can start from the very day of campaign and it goes with them into the election. So we want to disabuse the minds of our actors. After election, there is life. You still can build yourself outside of government office, especially if you are willing and focused, you can build life. And we have people like Eddie, Mr. Gibson, those people have lived in private sectors. They build themselves off void of government checks. I think anybody who is committed, who wants to build life, can build life. So we want to disabuse the minds of our people. Many of them are young, very young. They have life. They can go into different sectors. They can make impact regardless. It is not only public office. So they should not see the tomorrow's process as a must-win kind of process because you build your life, you build your thought processes. So around the public office. So if you do that, then it becomes difficult to accept defeat. People should learn to accept defeat willingly. People should know that we only have one winner, even though multiple candidates, but the winner is just one person. And if you truly have a mind and you want to build your community, then treat the district as that one child. Don't be the one to tell Moses, divide the child and give me peace. Consider the child yours and ensure the protection, the safeguard of that child. Because if you do that, then of course we can see you as a stake actors. But I want all of us, because it's people driven, according to our constitution. Power is inherent in the people. We should try to make the public office attractive, so that people will not put their life and their survival into public processes. That way, the issue of violence will be addressed. Because I've seen it. We have the Farmington Declaration, National Elections Commission will play a part, the state security will be involved, but yet still, we have had series of violence when it comes to our election area in Liberia. It's not only District 5, it's across the country. Even though as we move forward, it's becoming minimized, but it's still there. And the reason it's still there is the way we made public office to look, and then the enforcement of relevant election laws, so that, the too much of spending behind public, offices should be curtailed. There should be a benchmark as to how much a candidate should spend on an elections. And those things should be closely monitored and well policed by the state, so that no one feel outspent, and if we do that, we'll not only be discouraging violence, we'll also create a condition for people who are prepared and ready to come into the public space, people who will know what the role that they are vying for, the importance of it to come to the public space and act. So that's one thing I like to advance. Thank you.
I want to just roll out and leave because I have my training starting tomorrow. And I left Monrovia very soon and reached there very, very late. So
My
I'm
man,
now
you
in
told
rest.
you told
I think, but
enjoy your South Africa. Don't get with it.
I mean, I can't help it. The problem, anything happen.
No, we're discussing Nima, and once the soldier is always a soldier, we still consider
anything happen in Africa, here will be in trouble in Liberia. So you want to know that one. I know you're following what happened here. I know you're following what happened here. A lot happened here. So I just wanted to add to what my brother was saying. One of the issues that come out in Liberia is what they call Godfather. People who been in the legislature for years, they are not even part one bill. Some of them 18 years. They sponsor these guys to get in the legislature and front for them. And when they put their money there, they keep telling them, don't worry, Godoko will spend the money. So many things have been trouble in Liberia. And when I start noticing that, we'll see it in 2029. People yesterday just put money in the system and said, "I Godfather." And my picking go there. And they will do all the dirty work. You gotta reach your town where sometimes we gotta retake the maestries. See where election going grant in Nima, bring maestry from Bomi or different kind of care in there. We need to do it, or else it will be a serious problem. There are a lot of money playing, a lot of money. Money just don't just go to photo, money go to the system. And the whole issue about the invalid vote for the fund solution in all country, you just use thumbprint. So you don't tell somebody mark ballot people will X, correct it, and use the thumbprint. You confuse the people. So we need to figure out how do we address the issue about, and nobody will think about it again in the next election. In Senegal, it's very difficult to have invalid vote. They gave you, I think, 3 ballot people. You take when you put it up, you go. Everybody on the ballot people. The ballot people you drive the candidate what they're going to count. So what they need for invalid vote. Very difficult, but Liberia over and over we are not found solution to addressing the whole invalid vote issue. So a lot of people go to vote with the hope that they won, or they get the people behind it, but the people just vote the wrong way. Because again, the candidate don't know how to run a campaign. The only candidate I saw running campaign like brother I done was small was Charles Taylor one picture. You can't be running campaign today you get red beret, tomorrow you get t-shirt on, the next day you get shades, and all the ballot people you different. You need consistency with messaging. If you were aware that the late Prince Johnson always used to put a red hat on here, everybody knew that one. When you run a campaign, you always see that red hat on here. You gotta bring yourself in a way that will be easier for the people to recognize you. We had to go to electoral reform for 2029 if we really want to keep a peace. Or else it will really, really be tough. Everybody feel that the only way to get rich in Liberia is to go to government. Even when you run, you get 30%, they become minister, okay for you. That's the incentive. So everybody now, the ballot people don't be surprised when you see it very long. You know you're not winning election. By any day you'll be aligned, the main minister or the main ambassador. So it's the easy way now to get rich. So the form political party now is so easy. We just really other men they say, yo, they coming for a new political party with make on the radio and now serving on political party. So it's a lot of work that Liberians need to start working on now. I know they are very sure that election in Nima will be peaceful. I know it will be peaceful because the vice president will be under pressure anytime in Nima. Tell you the truth. and I know that he's not involved in the campaign. Okay, you know when you're involved in the campaign in Tisa, anything happen it will be the vice president. So he had to talk with his citizens and make sure like let's keep it peaceful. It will be very good for him as a vice president of the county now that the late Senator gone. But the leaders in our country have to get together and make sure it's very peaceful. Because any mistake, people cross from Africa or Guinea, Canada, and destabilize our place, take your goods and go by, you can't do that with them. There have been a lot of protests in Africa here. The current president prepared for, I think, 4th term. The last president, Babu wanted to hear the free and buy, you get one group. A lot of things happening. And very close to Liberia. So Liberia should not even talk about sending 80 police officers over there. If it means that you deploy police to the border, you got to do it. You got to do it. Or else, people will come inside and vote, and next you cross the county, other side you vote. And when we raised serious issue about national identification card, it was very cheap. We told the president the national identification card got to be very guaranteed. So everybody can create some citizen because you get national identification card in 2-3 months salaries. The president set up a committee order now we know how far going. Our national identification, our passport, very easy to get. So we want to be very, very careful. But I'm very sure that with the level of smart people in Nima, they're not going to solve any problem. Because it may be mutual politicians who stand enough. The people start running motorcycle, men are going to make it be to steal. So everybody, the citizen or that country, have to call their people, just tell them to make it peaceful, and a citizen will contribute to monitor, and see. Make sure the vote buying, you stop the vote buying. Because when people spend enough money to buy vote and they lose it, they want the money back to call problem, they will resist the results. They will resist. People will spend a lot of money. You don't really go spend $100,000 and just leave it easy. They say, man, you leave it. No. So it's a lot of things. But again, I want to close with say the media had to play all the radio stations had to play a very important role. You can continue to get peace message until they announce the results. Keep putting National Election Commission on the radio to talk. Let them tell you the processes, the procedure, how they want happening, why they all the machine, everything. Keep asking them to speak to the people. Because if you be silent, there will be a problem. With social media right now, you can't control social media. And more people are going to social media more than the regular radio station. So, but then the National Election Commission using the community radio station, educating the people have some idea about, but the people said this. But if you allow social media to take the lead and coming back to react to it, it will be late. It will be very, very late. Very late. But you get good for Jerome get good at the election. Let me leave Jerome on the list.
Before you go,
yeah.
Let me tell people here, one of the very few people I respect in the civil society is Brother Jawulo. Nobody understands the civil society movement more than him. When we started as a reporter and when we graduated to editor, Brother Jawulo was with us. He understands election monitoring, civil society education, workshop, training. And he is right that the traditional media has lost it, lost the battle. Before then, when they bring their work, we prioritize their work. Today, I don't see that collaboration between the media and the civil society. And that is very key, because if the media and the civil society are working together, Brother Jawulo will go down there, do his work, and send it to the media, and they put it out there. So I agree. Now, the media today, the social media has won a battle. But they have won a battle with a lot of deficiencies. There's a difference being trained as a journalist and being in social media, and being in social media and not having any journalism training at all. Because you can put the TV out there, because you can put a phone there, because you can write anything. It's not edited, it's not kept. Nobody keeping your gate, no editor. So a lot of things happening in the social media industry. We should call the citizens media. The election that we are talking about today is the responsibility of the media. It's not on election day. It's not. The responsibility of the media is before the election day and on the election day. What you see, for instance, in my county, Grand Jede, the last election that was held, a lot of candidates went to Ivory Coast and brought people to register them in Grand Jede County to vote for them. It defeated the purpose of Grand Jede making decisions for themselves. So did this same thing happen in their district, in district number 5, since it is just bordering Nima County? Did any candidate go to Nima and brought people and register them? Did the media see it? Did the media report it? Did the media follow up? Point those people and say, these people are not residents here. Other people went to other districts and brought people from there and registered them in the district. Does it really empower the people in our district, that the people make the decision in our district? These are the things the media need to be looking at. And those of you who are in the social media, you already warned us. We the traditional media people. So we're trying to, for me, I try to fit myself into it. Because other people condemn me every day. They condemn me. Oh, the Facebook journalists, they're not correct. I say, you lie, they're correct. Because we're not doing our job, that's why the people took over. The traditional media was lagging behind. We were bogged down by rules, bogged down by editorial policies. In my newsroom, I got a Blaze FM. In my newsroom, I got policy there, but I make it flexible now. Because I see this, the traditional media is fading away. So once you know what you are writing, I want to see that you're not labeling people, you're not slandering people. That's why most important. What are you writing? The facts is good, but calling people names and telling people, accusing people of crime that you cannot prove on the radio. Those are things I try to let them to avoid. But I let my boys to behave like social media, citizen media will call them. So if the media wants to make this election credible, they can make it credible. The job of the media today is very, very tedious, very, very hard. Because there are people among us who spoil it before we get there. And there are people who expose traditional media today is not working hard. But you already know what I'm talking about. Those days, we don't have social media. We don't know what they call Facebook media. In fact, you posted on Facebook, say all the journalists that will be, running away from it. He get nobody to be an editor.
But Jerome,
in a public manner, I want to say thank you for holding on. I've been following you still. Thank you for holding on. I think we should all put hands on deck. But I want to say there's something Brother David said about making election the House of Representatives or Senate unattractive. My only concern is, I also get that school of thought. My own concern is, if it becomes too unattractive, the money people will control it. Because, for example, if D here wants to be a representative, but you look at the thing, the people only paying $2,000. That $2,000 include your gasoline, include your health insurance, include your death insurance, include your housing, include everything. Man, look at the $2,000. The people want him to represent them. But man said, no, I'm not going to over there to scream myself, to kill myself. I don't have the money. That money there to give it to me. It will not do anything, and then I will be stranded. People come to me. I will not be able to take care of it. So let me just get my hands off. But now, Brother Alfonso got some good money in the district. Even though he's not a leader, he's not a good representative of the people. But because he got money by himself, he goes in there and continue to be in there. He got the money by himself. So we have one group of elite continue to control the legislature. So my problem is, if we can do it like America, well, America too big. I don't like to give an example of America. If you are a representative, you get less pay, but you got your life insurance. When you die tomorrow, your family member are indemnified. You got your health insurance, your whole family. When your daughter's sick, you don't have to use your own money to send her to the hospital. When your wife is sick, you are sick, you don't have to use your own money. Can we put that in a system where all lawmakers, if we want to reduce their pay, where all lawmakers have that life insurance, that health insurance, dental insurance, vision insurance. Then they also have different allowances. When you move, and if you are representative, U.S. state representative, Congress representative, if you are moving to Washington D.C., they give you money to get a place there, and they make sure you are situated. Because everyone who moves to Washington for the Congress, you got money to take care of your housing. So the money, you don't have to pay all of these things. Your money is low, you don't care. Because you know you're not, when you die tomorrow, somebody's going to indemnify you. So those things are not there. Therefore, they continue to give more money to the people and say, oh, you know, people coming, they should stop all the other things they call community engagement fund. All that things should be removed away from it. They got it in America too, don't get it wrong. They got engagement fund for lawmakers, but lawmakers don't handle that. Your name is there. You go to your community identify that project, and then you tell the people who your community, if you get 2 million community fund, you go to your district identify the project they want, maybe that bridge they want to build. You go to the contractors that are already vetted by the Congress. And those contractors will go and build it for you. They're not giving you dime, nickel. You're not getting it from that. But okay, they give you the money, you go and eat it. But you know, today is about election. Tomorrow, election is taking place. Open your eyes, my brother journalist. We are all brothers. Open your eyes. Tomorrow will be a busy day for you. That brother Jablo said, don't make the way we speak can give our people the indication that we are making a decision for them. I'll give you one example. At my radio station, we have a contract with a group called the Real, this radio game. So they go on the radio, hey, you know, pay 200 and you will win, and you will win 4,000. You pay 600, you will win 20,000. So when the people pay their 200, you said they will win 4,000. They didn't win 4,000. They started calling all over the place. I was in America. Can you imagine? I'm in America, and a person who played found my name on the website and my phone and called me from here and say, your radio station say, well, I pay my 200, I'll win. What happened? I win. So now I start to monitor, and I say, guys, you are giving false hope. Tell them if you pay the 200, you stand a chance of winning. It is a lottery game. You may not win, you may win, but you know, you can make it explicit to them. So we change the language. Now I don't get complaint anymore. The way we presenting can make the people to think that we are making it. You see you have about 10, 20 of the tally sheet. You know, Brother John is already of 145 in this area, and I think he won this area. You think you say, I think. They don't think they don't get time for it. That the only part they taking that they won the district. So if John does not win that district, say the journalist said, "No, I'm going to win the play." Well, how can the man not win the play? So we must be careful. I think Brother Jaro is correct. The media need to be very careful. Our English must be tailored towards not giving the false hope and not making an announcement before the election commission. But for the citizens of Nima themselves, they are getting used to it. Peaceful election. It should be violent sometimes. Sometimes it should be tough. But as time goes by, and the Nigerians now understand that election is their thing. We all have it in Nima these days. In fact, I want to change from Grand General to come to Nima and live. Maybe I can enjoy the peaceful environment in Nima. But we still have to open our eyes and hold our leaders accountable. What they say, how they describe their friends, what they say about other voters, what they say about the other candidate. We should be able to highlight them, and then we can help our people to make them to understand that election is not just about getting enemy. It's about policy differences and who think they can represent our people. And I think Brother Jallo, I mean, he's leaving, so I just wanted to say that to recognize him in you guys present. This is one of the strongest voices ever, consistent, been in the system. I say I've been listening, it is not, it is not been journalist, I've been journalist, I never worked for government before. I think, bro, you're not telling the government, you don't work for government, you can take government contract, but you don't work for government.
I'm not into government contract. I offered to work in the government 3 different times, rejected it. Because during the point, one person who had the time to work across the field, right now on my phone, I have a program called the County Accountability and Advocacy Team. I train journalists, civil society people across. When you see photos of what happened around the country, you won't believe it. You won't believe it. And hopefully by tomorrow or Wednesday, I'll start posting some photos. And you see the salary of district commissioner, township commissioner, you won't believe that people making that of money. But the lawmakers still creating township. And what people think say the lawmaker only depend on the salary, not the salary. Besides the 14 people they get to add to the list of people they carry to the legislature, if you take the budget, the national budget from the national legislature, and allow the executive to work with the budget, implement the budget, and the legislature just provide oversight, like bro develop. It's a budget they play with. All our trouble is see everything that happen now play at the budget. Take a budget, let the executive implement the budget, let the legislature provide oversight. Don't let them get anything to do with calling minister, carrying in one room, telling them this is the budget, this is our court. It's the culture. I've spoken to a lot of people in government, I get friends in government. They say oh allegation. So let them lead the budget. But we just want to close the game by they're telling the National Election Commission they have a very important role to play. In much as the media have to play, NEC is a responsible institution to release a report. They have to be there to release the report on time, to make sure that when there's any other issue, they can address it on time. That will help to mitigate some of the violence. But I also think that NIMAPO have learned a lot, and they won't go to do anything that will bring disgrace to that fine leadership that going on in the country. So many all look up to NIMA. We're proud of you guys for what you guys are doing. You call yourself an electoral college, the Republic of NIMA, and you're proving it. You're proving it. Not many people knew that the central election was just built up easy, but you proved to the world that you can make it. So we're not going to be too surprised, but we just got to be on our line to make sure that we get it the right way. Our election basically not about issues. I want to say, okay, what issues? Are the people concerned about issues? No, it's not about issues. Because people want the election like Brian, or you going to debate. So there's nothing about issue now. It's a job of connection, the money, and who being used. A lot of people that being pushing, a lot of people you don't know. But we look up to NIMA to prove again that they can make a difference. And I like really look up to them. And I'm really proud of what you guys started doing. I mean, Gibson, thank you so much for what we do. We did when we started, when we go to Gibson and KRP release on him, he will check out all inside saying, but it's not a professional man one right now, forget me edit. Oh man, it's check out whole people, check out the hell out everything. I said, okay. But the another thing that we need to start looking for Gibson, besides the social media, is the AI. The AI is penetrating the system. There's some people, you get a question and just pull it in until the AI bring it to you. Yeah. We get a program they call the political leadership school. So people apply. So when they apply, they to the writer who can send it to international, but look at it. They disqualify almost 20% of the just for using AI. They will just say, what you think about NIMA County election and put in the AI getting the results. And make a lot of people lazy to even write. The world is changing. So yeah, more talk about social media now. We're talking about how do we make sure you can use the AI, but also make sure your ideas in our AI. You know. So I don't know how if during the election while the station will be on.
Eddie, I wanted to ask you on the you please mute one person. Is that Eddie? Yeah, then when you're ready to speak, then you can do that. I had 2 things. One would be a comment, one would be a question. Are you sending your observer to district number 5, hopefully today and tomorrow? Lastly, Hakim, you are international students. There is a serious law that even they can dismiss you for that, for using internet source directly without quoting it. So you are in civil society. Is there any way that you guys can propose law that can be passed? Because plagiarism is a crime. Guessing is here. It's a very academic crime, but we don't have that law in Liberia. Is there a way that we can at least formulate a law to make it a crime so that university and schools can start dismissing? Eddie, my children, 7-year-old, 5-year-old, I send them they vacation school, they're going to they asking me for credit to do assignment computer. I'm like, I just want for you guys to be basic. Why you need a credit for to do a computer assignment? Hey, daddy, you're not saying all the money, then we will not do the assignment, we will fail. So I feel like they want to use it for different things, but then I requested, send me a photo of the assignment you want to do. That one will say on it, maybe they're not on. So it's a serious thing that people can take things. Look, I nearly failed one of my courses, and the professor, wow, they were challenging, and he said, Google this. He just told us Google this, and he wanted this whole semester. And this came from the internet. I said, no, this particular question you said, Google this. So when I challenged him, he said, yes, you're right. But other than that, that man was ready to fill me in that course. Only for one assignment. Well, that assignment only have one question. Yes.
Yeah, DK, so you get a legislature that don't even write annual report. I went to Ghana. I go see report from 1951, 1952 in the Ghanaian parliament. If I read in Ghana, get what they call the Ghana Institute of Parliamentary Study. You get somebody who can just talk tomorrow in meeting lawmaker, they sit down there. The only thing they say is to make noise in the section. There's no way to write any report. I tell you, my institution donated 4 laptops to the legislature. The engrossing clerk and the stenographer, because there was no way to go write note. The lawmaker that go there only care for the people they carry in their office. They don't even get time for the civil servant in there. And last time, all the president talking about how people went to the university or even taking tests. The system got problem. We not running NGO. You get someone who get master degree, but every day they write got an edit. Every day. And it's difficult because there's no merit system, there's no competition. If you can't join political party, you can't get a job. I don't care how much qualification you get. So everybody don't get time to study. So that law, that good law, but who will pass it? Look at the chairman of education, look at the chairman of health. Look at the people. Look at it. The only way they come with change, we need some radical approach. We need some real radical approach. That radical approach would be that most of us saying now on is fair too much that we're not supposed to get there. If we don't get there, the people that are able to talk, they don't want to get in there. And they're winning. And they can join the public to know that they are the best. People will cause money, cause power, but they're the more popular politician in the city. Because we have built a culture in a way that they don't care whether they performing better, they don't care whether they go for confirmation, they don't even know the job they're going for, they will confirm it. So the economic power, so that also contributed to the voting behavior of the people. Because you get them money to vote for you. They don't even know that after that, they get 6 years to suffer. So if you been here, go to the country, you pull out, live in the country, move from Santa Cruz, move from Tapeta, move from Kanta, go to the rural area, go to the district and see what they put in there. Our in Bento recently, if you go to Bento, you're not in believe that the capital city of most of the country. You can't believe it. Jerome, if you go to Bento, it's like they put just 4 in Bento. You can't even find a shop to buy water to drink. But you get senator then building university, they doing this, they don't even care about the capital city of the country that hosts the 3 branches of government. So after the election, we need to find a way for more awareness. If all the professionals sit on one side, they will sit on one side and get the candidate people who will run it and get money for themselves. I can sit down, I can be joking and say the legislature attend the solution temple. You pray, you go there, you play gamble, you succeed, you become rich. You can't get rich in Liberia right now or go in the government job. It's difficult. But I mean, you will see what 2029 will be like. If we're not careful, it will be a very tough thing. I mean, I don't want to spoil your show. We're talking election business. We'll find different time to tell one, but if all of us say that, everybody say that. You know, so we're independent, we want to talk politics, the thing, we're not politician. You will get president one day when you see the president teaser, you give up. I see him, I want no trouble. You don't tell me what it is.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you so kindly. You see our screen here? You see that rolling our screen. We want you to speak to this. We are sending at least 6 reporters in the district, at least so that you will get, whether you're in Abidjan, you will be hearing the electoral result, independent result that will be posted by election. So that the cash out information here gives in, then normally you can use it for Zelle and whatever. So guessing I will deal with you because you hear that the men are in Africa. I'm dealing with. So Eddie, cash out any other thing to get our guard or their gadget to go, please use our number. Thank you.
Yeah, DJ.
My man, where they man in Abidjan on a mission, they ain't finished. You will talk. Yeah, we will come to you.
Let people go.
Eddie,
We have Mr. Jerusalem.
Your people pay attention to Eddie. We're not hearing him.
Yeah, we're not getting.
But you're plugging me. You don't want me to get, I will not support you. I said, remember, tell me the Lone Star number. I meant to name my private, my man waiting for me downstairs. Tiki that gave me a time. Okay, text me the number. Jerome, let front compare note, man. I beg you.
Yeah, we will.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Before you go, Mr. Eddie, I have to do this for the young people of Liberia and let's say the young people of Nima and Liberia at large. You're getting old. You will soon be retired. Retirement age in Liberia, I think that's 62 or something. What are you guys doing to, recruit new generation of young people to take after you guys? And when you leave tomorrow, so that they can be able to walk in your folks' step. Because many a times when you guys that are the brain of an organization, when you leave, the organization die. And then we young people too, we find it difficult with the connection, the working relationship, how you guys used to maneuver ways without government, you used to work, all of that. Let me hear you on this before you go. I beg you.
A day come please visit my office. I get 25 star. Yeah, I get 25 star. Only 25 star, only 3 person please. All my project manager below 35. But beside Liberia, my young political leadership school are trained 230% across Africa. And they are winning. They are getting a lot of job in political parties, in government. They do a lot of work. So whole new generation, I only focus on Liberia. Because Liberia long do nothing. So Sierra Leone, Ghana, Nigeria, everywhere, all the African countries, every year bring 100% of Liberia. And our government and political party refuse to support that because they don't want the young people to learn so they can use it to protest. But it's changing. It's actually changing. The only issue I will encourage more young people is the passion. Most of you guys want a job for money. Most of you guys come will build your capacity, will train yourself all over the country, everything. By the time one other international organization can you go? I want to get civil society. All of us. You're not patient. When you build an institution, the institution got to be strong based on the people in the institution. When the UN kind of government can, they don't recruit anybody. Go check the media now. Most of the time that media now they go to government job. Yeah. You gotta be passionate about what you want. Children will tell you what went through. We won't waste your time. You tell what went through to reach a level. Now I can call me, I can go around and do a lot of things, I can find join government, I can do different things to do. But my legacy will not die. So I invest in a lot of young people out of the country, coming back, getting master, everything. My time ready to say, point, I go. But you need to grow them in a way that the passion inside them can be there. Even when you wake up 2 o'clock in the morning, put your laptop on the work. Nobody say, boss man, what you doing? That passion inside you. That's what you need to bring up. The school where you go, I tell you, most of what I'm doing to them, I'm letting them like, bro, I got master here. But when I get one chance to go to the country, anything I learn, I will triple if I come back. I found a way to multiply it to make it different. How I work in the country. That's why you see my program. Tracking the president, we're the only person doing it. The political leadership school, we're the only person doing it. We're doing democracy summit, we're doing a lot of programs. Nobody doing because we get the idea, we multiply, we make it a little different. That's the innovation. We're not innovating like bro. And when young people come in, you just go sit in the class. You can even get master like bro. You say you not do nothing because you're not doing more research. You're not competitive. You're not even doing presentation. You're not doing nothing. So hungry to learn. When hungry to learn, say they want it, I'm on the era. Even when you won't be a football player, you can be the best football player when you put your time to it. That's why I do to a lot of young people every day. Today my brother go on my page from all over the world, young people. Get DK, when DK then start up, oh, not how much idea, but you know what went through. And today, he and Toke, the program Toke come go, and I know you don't tell you, he's so travel, as I'm recommending.
Yeah, he's supposed to go Ghana, I'm aware.
He may go into different country, but I'm talking, not going to European country. I recommend him for it. But I couldn't know near. We try our best. We try our best, but if you know you got the thing Richard Moray just call me in the office and see what doing it. We get 2 offices, one in Magibi, one in Bon, one in Nima. We're doing a lot of young people now get what they call the Covenant Club in school. We try to change the narrative by getting young people to understand exactly what it means and what we can do to change the country. Or else it'll be a waste of time. But thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Jeru, hey, you know, man.
Look, it's good to see your old friend. I'm glad you're still there, man. And while you are gone, I will still be singing your song on the show today.
No problem. Okay, brother. Okay, take your son stuff. Say no more.
Yeah. I can say to you already.
Okay. Wow.
All right, thank you.
But brother Ping, if I pronounce the word good, your question, let me tell you something. I have a 24-hour radio station in Morovia. My manager is in the same age of you guys. Alexander Yenike is my manager. He's from Nima. In fact, I got the highest Nima employee there. Alexander Yenike, I got say Bob.
You from Nima, your grandma from Nima, man. The next thing I want to ask you, help and relay the program on your show.
No problem. But your brother, you can just call Alexander Yenike and say, "My man, relay." I really let them exercise their power. I have Eric Hinen from Nima. Also, I got Henry Kaba from Nima. I got about 4 or 5 different Nima journalists there. One of them is the manager. And in terms of empowering journalists, in terms of empowering young people, I don't have an older person over them. They are all young people. And the reason I do that is because if we don't train our young people to be leaders, I was very young when they made me news editor. Very, very young. I have people in my news department who were college graduates. They left all of them, make me news editor. It was based on my writing, my grammar, my judgment, my hairlining. Eddie Jarrell just told you just now. Most of the time you bring a hairline, I get chocolate, change it all together. I say this thing is not attractive.
What are your problem with you? You're the news director now. What are your problem with you?
So I have the radio station. We have like 30 employees, but we now reduce it. I don't know how many people are there now. And Alexander Yenike controls that, the payroll and all of that. So we pretty much between 30 and 20 maybe. But it's not easy, my brother. To make a decision of young people, I got to be honest. You got to be like me to have young people run your institution. Sometimes they lose focus. There are a few of them you got to really be on them. Most of the time they make hasty decisions. Sometimes they are angry. Somebody walk in the station and cuss everybody. They got angry. No, we're not even carrying your advertisement. I said, no, let them make cuss. The advertisement got different purpose. That make cuss. It can't do anything to us. So we got more to do to develop the capacity of young people. And if any of you down there, I will send you Alexander Yeniking's number. Or if you see, say, Bobby Yene, you can also contact him. He's one of my senior reporter. He's one of the talk show hosts there, round table. And he's a very, very effective guy. Very effective guy. I deal with people, everybody. My phone number is open to everybody. I don't mind making like certain people can talk to me and certain people can talk to me. If you do that, it means you mix one person, it then go, only that person can talk to you. No. We'll have our general meeting this Monday, tomorrow, every Monday. I start even with people on the ground. What's your problem? What's your concern?
Our panelists here, most of them don't know you. They don't know you well. And most of them don't. I think Marvus and myself are the one who really know you. Most people even texting, where you get our controversial Big Brother from? So they want everybody here want to hear from you. One question each. We go around the table, and again, it took me almost 2 weeks to get you here.
All right, guys.
I hope you share this show. So everybody will go around the table, ask Gacy any question. Gacy is a Liberian journalist.
Yeah,
I'm glad. Somebody even said, you checking the comment section. They said that old man that died yesterday. He said something, but now our business.
They said the person said, "You please ask."
So Alfonso go around the table. Anybody that get question when somebody in the field that asking question, highlight it. So Gacy will respond. Gacy, thank you for coming, Big Brother. I really appreciate. We have a space here for you. Come and help us promote this thing. This is for Nima, and this is based. It's actually relay on the radio station in Butuo. So we're building this, and people like you appearing here will boost our morale. Thank you again for coming. When I talked to you yesterday, you said I'm only coming for 1 hour, but we'll keep you here. In fact, election day, I will drag you here again to come. So thank you. If I want to go around the table, they hear from all the panelists. Maybe they get something burning, then they want to ask. You're asking.
Yeah, you can say anything you want to say. Anything you want to say. If you criticize me, it doesn't matter.
Thank you.
Yeah, oh yeah. Tapeta my area, Blood Diala, Valley. These are places. Betu.
Jerome from Nima, he just say from Ranjida. Anyway, thank you very much for coming here. Let's get to you, Sadra. You get any question for Jerome? You ask one question.
Yeah, so when you see the veteran, you feel ask a question. Chief Jerome, how you doing, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like DK says, well, we're not familiar with you, even though we've been giving that name once in a while. So, as a veteran journalist, you've been in the field for decades. I don't know how long. So, why is it in our society, most journalists, especially these days, are not neutral in terms of reporting, especially when it comes to politics? What do you think you guys can do in the in that particular profession to keep people very professional and neutral? Thank you.
It's very difficult to be neutral, my brother. If you want to be neutral in Liberia, first of all, you will not get follower because you criticize everybody. And that's why I don't have a lot of people liking me. Because when it comes to George Weah, I will give it to George Weah. When it comes to Boakai, I'll give it to Boakai. So Boakai people don't like me, George Weah people don't like me. So that's why that's one of the things. But here is the problem we have in Liberia. We have, I think, 3 or 4 different media landscape. We have government media. Let's start with independent media. We have government media. We got government-leaning media. And we have public relations institutions. The independent media in Liberia is now become perspective, a perception. If I can call independent media right now, somebody will be here and say, oh man, they put an independent. For instance, Front Page Africa, supposed to be an independent media. Do everybody agree that Front Page is independent? I would say if they are independent, they might sometimes write something that doesn't go the way you like it. Aha, somebody is shaking their head, but the devil is shaking their head. So you see, it's debatable. it's difficult to judge the media independent, because when the media criticize too much, they are seen as an opposition. When they praise too much, they are seen as government sympathizer. What should Front Page Africa do? Do they critique the Bouakai administration, or do they praise the Bouakai administration? We journalists, our job is not to praise government. We recognize government efforts. We can say, oh, the government built a clinic here. We can report it. We recognize it. But we cannot say the government is doing well. The government is doing very good. The government is responding or answering to its own campaign promises. That's not our place. That's public relation people place. Do the people understand? Our listeners, our readers, do they understand that I'm not supposed to praise government? Do they understand that I'm supposed to hold government feet to the fire every day? Not a single day should pass. They don't. So the more you do it, you hold the government feet to the fire. Say the men are CDC men. The men are the opposition. So it is difficult. Even the social media today, some of them got their leaning. Do they want to focus on government projects? Do they want to hold government feet to the fire? As a social media person, if you hold the government feet to the fire too much, they will not let you enter certain places. I have been banned before from entering certain government offices because I reported it. When the first Justice Minister, Honorable Charles Taylor, I just forgot his name here. He even died now. He used to collect money from Lebanese. He's saying a credit card, a call card to Lebanese people, and he put everybody must pay $150. All car dealers in Monrovia, all Lebanese car dealers, $150 per week. He collected that money for at least 6 months, and the Lebanese guy then they called me and they gave me that. Said, my man, this is what's going on. I said, okay. And I left. I went to his office. I think Peter Bono Jala. His name is Peter Bono Jala. I put it in before him, and man put me outside. And while they were putting me outside, I said, Chief, I just want your side. They were putting me, I was slim in the body, slim. In fact, that's why I started drinking beer and pushing my gut up. Now my gut go, I can't come down. I started drinking beer, I can load a beer, man. I was small in the body. They were putting me outside. I wrote that story Front Page. Taylor is missing the next week. That man, anywhere he see me, I was a bad man. So to be independent is difficult, my brother. Even now, some people don't think I'm independent. Some people think I'm sedition. Trust me, guys, I got no membership with the CDC. Never had membership with the CDC. In fact, I have reported on CDC when I was news editor and managing editor of the Public Agenda. I reported a nasty story about CDC. I supported Kewan Gonglo. I said all the nasty thing about the government, CDC government. When it came to 2, I had to make a decision whether I want to stay with JMB, be with JMB, or be with the CDC. I made a choice to stay with CDC because I believe JMB was too old to control the government. Some of you are saying it. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. So to answer your question, there are still independent journalists, but it's now convoluted. Either they have to, some of them are gone to support individuals, some of them because of the unattractive salary in the media. Trust me, if you run a media institution, guys, if you pay up to $3,000 every month and you're not getting anything from your radio station, I don't know how you're going to sustain that. You got to pay your employees, you got to pay your journalists. So the radio station is going to die. Now, what Gibson want to do? His radio station is dead. Gibson got to go look for money, got to work for government, some kind of way to get money. If I were in America, if I were in Monrovia, I don't know how I'm going to manage. The radio station is not bringing much. But we fought and we are trying to get up. So we're still going to be radio station for a long time. but it's not easy to be an independent. Those of you who are talking about even independent now, when it takes a stand in the middle, Waka does not criticize, Georgia does not criticize, the other person does not criticize, the other person does not. Let me see how many friends you're going to get. It's very hard. And that's why some of us became radical. Who do it by draft face. You think I'm going to be criticizing government officials? You think I'm not afraid of my life? The things I say, some people cannot say them. But that's to answer your question. I don't want to dwell on one question that much. They are still independent journalists, but it's very difficult to stay independent because, number one, the public don't understand whether you are independent. Number two, people get carried away easily by friends, family members, and acquaintances. That's why the journalists don't make friends. The officials of government are not your friends. You must say we can go and have lunch right now. I can come and steam you. I don't care. Now, why journalists don't have remorse? Journalists don't cry. Journalists don't praise. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Gayson. To you, Mafasin, you can go ahead and ask a question.
All right, thank you. I would like to say this before I ask the question. You know, the point I was making earlier on, the public sector job, especially representative position or legislative position, it has become like a highest bidder, one whose pocket is deeper, controls the vote or the voters. So the essence of ideas or preparation for the job is being gradually eroded. Like I know of a business friend who told me, look, I will do everything to go to the Capitol building, money there. And of course, he did. Was he someone who has what it takes to become a representative? No. But the level of understanding, the high level of illiteracy in our society, it has made it worse. So all that glitters now has become gold, and it's bad for our democracy, especially an emerging nation with youthful population. So the offices has to be somehow unattractive, or it has to be made unattractive, so that we will have people who truly have the desire of becoming leader. Now, my question, I follow you on Spoon. Yeah.
And they're waiting for me. Start up and texting me. I will be there by now.
And the issue with Seaman Serenius Cephas came up when he was discussing, you know, excerpt of his book that according to him is under review for publication. And there was this high-level condemnation. People think that he doesn't have the face, he should not be the one because he was within the system. Now, it beats my imagination. We have a growing population. The need for people knowing what happened yesterday is so much huge. People got to take upon themselves to write what they know about system that they once were part of, at least to serve as a conduit to educating the younger generation. I've seen it with the American politics, you know, like Bob Greenwood wrote during the Trump administration in the room where it happens. And he was giving his first-hand information about his understanding about the Trump's administration because he was involved. So should we condemn people who coming up now based on the fact that they were once a part of the system, and so they cannot be the one to give a, you know, their knowledge about the system at least to create a channel through which history can be passed on to the younger generation, then where are we heading? And so I want to know, because if my memory can set me right, you were one of those who shared the opinion that Simmons, lacks the moral grounds to critique, the administration for the fact that he was part of the administration. Will you speak to that, at least for our listening audience?
Well, I was on the show when they discussed that. I'm not sure if I disagree with Seaman writing a book, but there was some categorical statement that he made. And let me just go straight to my disagreement with Seaman. First of all, he may not be the right messenger at this time, because to be the right messenger, you must be, they say, he who speak of equity must come with clean hands. This man was sanctioned by the US government, whether they got evidence or they don't have evidence. And some of the reason they sanctioning is because he was going after the higher bidder in the drug deal, making a deal of money laundering and all kinds of stuff they're accusing of. Now he's writing a book to critique the Georgia government that he did not disagree with. He was in the system. I would have waited a little bit before I read a book. We all wrote a book. I wrote a book. Most of you don't know. I wrote 2 books. One of the books I wrote was about the war. And my own people don't like what I said in that book about the way they behave. I wrote all the stuff that they did. I should live in Bushwater. I should see what they do. I named people who used to kill for nothing, who used to hunt people. I named them in my book. My people don't like that. So you can critique your own people, you can critique your own group, but you cannot be a participant and claim not to tell the people what you have done. He has the right to say what he sees or what he saw. But was he a participant? Did he mention his portion in the book? Or did he just criticize the other people that he wanted to expose? Or he wanted to bring to public ridicule? So I disagree with him at this point for him to be categorical on some of the things he said. And I think if Serena Sifo waited a little bit and wrote this book, I think people will treat it with respect rather than now, why he's still on a sanction and why he and the CDC are falling out. So, but information is, let me be very clear, guys, that people can read books. Some of the books today we have not read, they are very, very, there's a guy who wrote a book in 1935, one Charles Johnson. The guy wrote a book about Liberia. He was a American Liberian who came originally with the slaves later. And then when he came, the way the guys were treating Liberian, he wrote a book called Bitter Canaan. Canaan was the word used in the Bible as a place of freedom, milk, and honey. So he said Liberia, they said the free slave were coming here to live in Canaan, in the free place. But when the free slaves came, they were doing evil things to the people they met here. And he wrote that book. If you read that, nobody in Liberia, however, if the government is interested to educate our public about what happened to our people, I will make that book part of our literature in Liberia. We will put it in our library for our senior students to read our book. It's a 135-page book. But I tell you, my brother, there are some nasty things he wrote in there. But he came with the people and he wrote about the things, but nobody know about it. Serena Sifo may read the book, nobody may care about it. Because Serena Sifo himself, I knew Serena Sifo ever since. Saying he came from Banga when Taylor came to Monrovia 1995, 1995, if I'm not mistaken, Sereno Seafor came to Monrovia, and since he came to Monrovia, he was part of a group called the Freethinkers. The Freethinker was a hit media group to destroy anybody who says something about Taylor. He, Remy Gray, and others. And they know that why I don't talk about that because we are all friends. And then later on, he transitioned into media. He was writing for the Patriot newspaper. And then we all did our journalism training together. It was a 6-month journalism training together. And after that training, we established a Reporters Association. Sereno Seafor was my vice president. And so I know him very well. He's an aggressive young man. Now today he's a lawyer, more educated than I think. My brother, Sereno Seafor is not free from what has happened. He was just accused of following money laundering. He was just accused of freeing drug dealers. He was just accused of pay to play. Then after all the allegations that level against him, he come and accuse other people in the government that he served of doing the same thing without mentioning what he did. I disagree with that. So that's where my disagreement comes from. But he can write anything you want to write. It depends on who reads and how much ability they have to interpret what they read.
Thank
So
you.
let me pause.
Now we know your disagreement. Thank you very much. Let's get to you, Chris.
Chris.
Thank you. There's a good evening to the fellow panelists.
Dakota people, our hand inside.
Let me say, see you, man. Jerome, how you doing? Thank you. I just want to say one of two things before I ask my question. You know, when Eddie was on the show, he talked something that really drew my attention that I have to do with education system in Liberia. I'm from Tapeta. And from a very small town that DK have been blessed with 2 children from the Zia region. And my grandfather was the only person that carried school in that area according to history in 1958. And that government school remains in our place just the time people taking care of the government don't care. So when you talk about it, it drew my attention because we have to go across and do what we can do for our people to mold the young people that are coming after us, because what we see, if care is not taken, it will be a serious problem in this country. So our senior brother, our senior man Jerome, I know you for the media, and I have little money.
Campaign on how your father carried school to say, or you want
to I see my grandfather. So I just have a little question because I'm from the journalism background. I went to the 9-month school and our child broadcast stuff, and I have little knowledge on it when it comes to reporting system. The 5W1H went to be news. Looking at the media that somebody just asked in Liberia, I think the media should be getting contract from government or any NGO. Maybe because these are things that they went to school, they just went to school for. That's their own job, is where they get employment. Now you see government officials. I listened to one of your colleagues, Jerome Kokoyan Jim Fomo from Talking John Steele. Recently, you were crying on air on True FM that a career that is so laid back, it has been damaged. People are taking food from their mouth because it's what they went to school for. It's what they think they have to do. If government have anything to send out that information, they should be able to be doing the media, the journalists, because what they went to school for, and it's what they're living by their career. Now, you see government officials now probably getting information on media, open your own platform, and you from the media background, do you see anything maybe that will cause damage to the media in the next 10 years to come? Do you see that happening?
Yes, that's a very important question. Chris, the media is the most hated institution in our country today. Both journalists and the institution itself are the hated, most hated. Our people don't understand our work. They insult us before they know what we are doing. If you report the facts about somebody they love, they call you evil person. But you report the facts in favor of who they love, they call you angel. So we are the devil's incarnate when we criticize people. We are the angel's birth when we praise them. When 2006, 2007, when I established the Public Agenda newspaper, I used to critique the Ellen government a lot. I went to Lone Star for advertisement that they were giving to media institution. They gave the diskette, that's not that diskette they used to use. The diskette, gave the diskette to everybody. And they passed me. We're all managers. So I waited. After they finished, I went to the person that was distributing the diskette. I said, well, they said we should come for it. I came, you all give it to everybody. I didn't give it to me. I gotta go and put in I gotta do it, edit it, and put in the paper tomorrow morning. So the lady said, the manager want to talk to you. So they took me upstairs to the manager. The guy told me, Gibson, said, we like your newspaper. But the government said we should not give you advertisement. If they do, they will revoke our license. Say you are enemy of the state. Enemy of the state. I said, what? I'm not enemy of the state. I said, well, I'm sorry, we can't give it to you. Go settle things with the government and come back. How can a managing editor settle things with the government to get advertisement? So I went to hustle to Celcom. I think right now it's Orange. I went there, the public affairs manager that told me, Gibson, no way, we can't give you any advertisement. I said, why? I said, my man, I got to tell nothing. We can't give you advertisement. I said, my man, just tell me, my man, what's the problem? Is that something I did to you guys? I wrote something back. He said, my man, I ain't saying nothing. We can't get nothing to you. So I knew what's up. Almost every institution in Monrovia refused to give the Public Agenda advertisement. Imagine publishing a newspaper on a daily basis and you don't have advertisement. They drain the resources. You got to pay your reporters. So the only place that I had chance, I went to the UN. I have a friend that he's still there. Right now he's the World Bank. They call him Michael Sarr. I think he was a public relations man for the UN. I told him, I said, my man, my newspaper will soon die. He said, why? I said, because no advertisement. Everybody refused to give me advertisement. I said, what? He said, okay, so the new batch of advertisement that are coming, I'm going to give you some. So the public tracing, they lasted for 1 year and 2 months. They gave me that first 6 months. And that's how I was able to stand back on my feet. So the problem we have in Liberia, my brother, is that we, the journalists, we still got good journalists in Liberia. Some of you are there, very, very good. But we are hated by the people. The people believe government propaganda more than what the journalist has written. Sometimes they are right when the journalists are writing carelessly, putting carelessly facts out there that they are not vetted. It's understandable. But most of the time, the journalist's interest is to expose the weakness of the society. No journalist become a journalist and say, me, I'm going to be a journalist because Samuel Coker is my enemy. I just went disgracing. There's no journalist who go into the profession for it. We go into the profession with the intent to do good. But people don't understand, our brother. People don't understand all, and so most of the journalists now, they are transitioning, and most people are transitioning now. I see plenty of journalists now, they are going to government jobs, public relations. There's a guy who was working with us at the radio station. In fact, he was station manager. The man said he's going to be PRO. And I laugh. I say, you leave an independent institution to be PRO. Yeah, you can go. So when you're telling me they're not paid, then I just say, okay, my man, good job. Good job. So, my brother, the answer to your question is very hard. We just got to keep fighting. We just got to keep fighting, my brother. The more you fight to be a good journalist, the more people tear you down. In fact, for me, you don't know what people say about me. And I would welcome you to raise some of the issues here that people say that you agree with or you disagree with, so I can address them. People think I'm an evil man. People say I'm a troublist. If I wouldn't stand up and text me as well be on spoon. The people say I'm a troublist. I don't know who can be a troublist. In fact, they say I don't like the name of people. My first daughter is a minor girl daughter. My wife is a girl woman. My station manager is a girl man. Minor man. 5 other people that work there, girl and man, work at the station. How can I possibly be a troublist? So my own troublist, I can go for the very people I don't like, I bring it close to me. Some people say I'm wicked because I criticized the man who died yesterday. I didn't mourn with the people. I said, Crispy left us with more questions than answers. I said, journalists, don't cry. We don't remorse. We don't mourn. When people die in America, when Jeffrey Epstein died, the media don't go mourning him. They talk about the evil things he did. Hey, man. When the person who did wrong thing died, the media don't mourn. The media critique that death, that person, what he left behind. And that's what I was doing. People don't understand that. They say, look at the wicked man. Somebody said yesterday, I see why you ugly because you get bad weight. And I laugh. So let me give you a gist of that. Crispy is the special assistant, a COS to the president, and he is also the Minister of State. This man said that he is the first man that Joseph Boyka meets. He is the last man that Joseph Boyka leaves before leaving home. This man has Joseph Boyka ear to the number last. But we'll see what Joseph Boyka's decisions are. A man who advises you and you do bad things, the man you are as guilty, the advisor is as guilty as the person who did the bad things. You cannot be the dickiest advisor to Joseph Boyka and violate laws, violate 10-year agreements, suspend people, and they're not coming back. So you guys are working for certain institution. If the person just suspend you, they didn't tell you, say you're coming back, they just suspend you. In my institution, I don't let indefinite suspension. I tell you are suspended for 2 weeks, for 1 week, for 1 month. At least you know you are out there for 1 month. Whether you are suspended for time indefinite, then they go and replace you with somebody. Violation of your rights. The president does it all the time, and people clap for him. They say, oh, when Joseph Boyka suspend you, then you go. It's not a good habit. You suspend the person need to know what the suspension is for. But when they suspend you, they go and replace you. They appoint a new person to it. I don't believe in that. I think that's not a good way to lead. And there are so many mistakes that President Barker had made. There are some good things he had done too. It's not my place to praise him. I'm a journalist. I don't praise people. And as a journalist, you keep praising people, you see what they're going to call you. Government pay agent. I'd rather be called a radical, wicked journalist than to be a government pay agent. Anything I write is government pay agent. It's more damaging than what is it that men are radical men. So this is where I stand, my brother. And people don't understand. I'm a very nice person.
Thank you very much, Jerome. Thank you. Let's get to you. Let's get to you, Siawete, ask your one question. Then we'll go to the host, Jion.
Thank you.
I'm a person saying this name, Siawete. What's the meaning of it? I know Siawe, but I don't know Siawete.
Sumon Siawe. Siawete means Sumon Siawe.
So you can confuse us?
No, Sumon Siawe.
Sumon Siawe.
You are not seeing that name in Nima, right? Most times,
I will come to Nima, I will learn all the need I want to learn.
The way Jerome, what someone say Jerunte meaning Sumon Jerome.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Gibson, Jerome, I mean, it's a pleasure to see you on this platform, and thanks for coming. We hope you will, at least in your little time, you'll be able to help, our space to come in every time. If not every time, but at least to appear once in a while. And so we appreciate your presence here tonight. I follow you. For me, I follow you religiously, even from other media, and I must commend you for, providing job to some of our brothers from Nimba. I know Achi and 2 other guys, at your radio station. So I must commend you for that. So my concern is drawn to the media space in the country. Most time we listen to others, maybe be opposition, civil society, and other citizens as it relates to freedom of speech, we may say free speech. In the sub-region and other African countries, we see that, journalists and freedom of speech have become one of the blowing situation in the country. In other African country in the sub-region, how do you, as an experienced journalist, how do you grade Liberia in terms of protecting freedom of speech that is one of the pillars of our nation? How do you grade freedom of speech?
Okay.
To other countries.
For me, I suffer a lot of calamity in the media. What you call freedom of speech today. Journalists died, they shed their blood to come to this point. I will not say we have freedom of speech, I will say journalists are still struggling. The people even use the court system to suppress the journalists. They use the court system to suppress the journalists. They use the law against the journalists. To some extent, there is a freedom of journalists writing, and most of them are not being victimized. We gave that to the government from Ellen time to George Weah time to Boakai time. The situation has developed over time. Imagine for those of us who served under Taylor, those of us who were journalists before Taylor, you can imagine what the situation was. When you write anything against the government, you can either be arrested or you have to go into hiding. I'll give you an example. When I wrote a story, 2 stories. The first one was God Dogs on Their Own Masters. And that story was about the NPFL fighters, the disabled fighters who stormed the headquarters at the fish market area there, protesting for money. So according to Yetin, he said, when I say guard dogs hunt their own master, I mean Taylor is the dog too. That's why guard dogs hunt them. Their hairline made me, I didn't go to work for 2 weeks. They were looking for me. I have more than 4 or 5 places to sleep in Monrovia, so you can't get me easily. I sleep here one day, the next day I'm on another side. The next headline I wrote was Taylor Days Are Numbered. That story came from the demonstration that took place, the last demonstration that took place before Taylor left. So when I wrote that story, it was assumed that I am saying that Taylor would die. That was not what I intended. Again, I abandoned my newspaper for I don't know how many days. I was news editor, but I was editing from home. They would read the story, they sent it to me by email. I edit it by email. I edit it and email it back to them with the headline, everything, and they put lay. When they go there, they can't see me. Where's Gibson? Because we usually put our name there to make sure that they don't come and victimize everybody in the station. If an editor, you read a story, very tough, put your name. Because if you don't put your name, they will come and bother everybody. Those days, media suffer. Even early time. It was early time that my house was ransacked by security people. Okay? Ellen didn't like me. She took me to Italy. Every day, story appearing she don't like. She called me soon in the morning around 7 o'clock. Gibson, I want you to see Saros Badio. Take your passport. I'm going to Italy for 1 week. I want you to go with me. It's not usually done. They usually go through the press office and they vet people. When she called me that morning, I said, okay, Madam President, what a meeting about? I said, well, the meeting, I got other engagement, but I will attend a UN conference and I think you make a very good report from there. I said, okay. Took my passport, brought the plane to Ivory Coast, brought my to-do. We all got in the plane and went to Italy. When we got to Italy, we left room. We slept in room 2 days. We went to Milan to meet a friend of ours. At the Milan airport, in the presence of Saros Badio, Dr. R. Mohammed Sharif, Clarice Jar, right in the presence, there were 2 other persons I can't remember now. She said, Gibson, what did I do to you? A president of your country. He told the other journalists to leave, to go. She said, Gibson, I want to talk to you. To the other journalists, we'll talk to you later. What did I do to you, Gibson? We've been friends, and that's true. I've been writing for a lot of stories about Ellen. I said, what happened, madam? She said, why you hate my government so bad? I said, no, madam, I don't hate your government. She said, then what? Every day I see negative things in your paper about me. And I said, madam, I'm very sorry if you see it that way, but I don't hate your government. I'm just reporting. She said, what is the problem with my government? I said, there are 5 ministers that are problem in your government. She said, name them. I named them. The finance minister, the lands and mines minister, I think 3 other people. I said, these people are very arrogant. When you go there for information, they treat you like you are nothing, even editors. So we go with what we have. She said, are you sure? Yeah. When she came back, especially the lands and mines minister, very arrogant, very rude to journalists. When she came back, I think 2 or 3 months later, she changed the guy. This is the person who were in the press conference at the executive mansion and say, Gibson and others in the presence of security people and say, these are the enemy of the state. You imagine, guys, if you went to the executive mansion and Bruce Boyka tell you, Alfonso, and say, Alfonso and others are the enemy of the state, how does security look at you? Following that statement, on April 11, 2007, security people went to my house and ransacked my entire house, beat my kids and my fiancé then. It was the ECOMO assigned at the LPRC that went in shooting for the guys to run away. If I were there that day, what do you think happened to me? I wasn't there. So, brother, freedom of speech is gradually coming to Liberia. Don't be too sure yet. We have the freedom of speech law, the KAK law, which we have as a protection for us as journalists, but the government can violate any law in Liberia. Not just this current government, any other government, they can violate any law. And they can do anything. They can, let me tell you something. Journalists' lives are still in trouble unless the government decide not to put it in trouble. As a journalist, we work late night. You can be going home, they can set up, they can take 2 police officers, 3 police officers out of the uniform, they post the armed robber and come and kill you, and then when they finish, they call the police. They can come to your house and kill you. We still have to fight for total freedom. For now, we have to give it to the government. At least they're not running behind people. Yet, we have not heard any journalists dead or victimized. So we'll give it to the government for now. But guys, let's not close our eyes. Let's open our eyes. Freedom is expensive. And Liberia, as compared to places like Ivory Coast and Guinea and other places, at least Liberian journalists can write and say and do anything that they want to do without being victimized for now. So we want to say thanks to the government for maintaining that level of respect for the freedom of the media.
Thank you very much.
But don't close your eyes.
Thank you. Jion P, you from the journalist background, do you have any question?
Yeah, I would just make maybe a comment or a compliment to Mr. Gibson for his level of work in Liberia, especially to our brothers from Nima County. I mean, it's difficult in Liberia to find job where you see an individual employing over 20 or 30 person, giving a little stipend at the end of the month so they can be able to take care of their family is something applaudable. We need to tell him thank you for that. I know a few of my colleagues from Voice of Gompa, I know Achise Bob Yene and other people from Ganta and Seklepi that are at his radio station. I just want to use this video to say thank you to Mr. Gibson and all other people that are using their little income. They are not just focusing on their family, but also going outside to say, yes, indeed, we have to cater to other people by giving them little thing to do so that they can be able to feed their family at the end of the month. I want to say thank you to him and thank you to all of us who are here too, and those of you who are helping people in your own little capacity.
Thank you very much. Like our guy was saying, Jerome, I think on the screen we got same way number there. We want to help our journalists who will be doing the reporting. If you got anything, you can do same way for all, please. I think God going to bless you for that. We're going to appreciate if you do that. Again, Baba saying welcome back. So is Jerome here as a guest or is he here as a
from now on, Jerome will be 1 hour with you guys. Now I'm more than 1 hour 30 minutes.
Okay.
So you guys job me. And
okay, no, not that. So
you know the media. You know the media. We are closing.
Yeah.
Somebody.
So why to do your closing then? Yeah.
I think Jerry's a guest. We need to ask him more questions on the media issue because it's very important. Yeah, if you give me opportunity, I can answer another question. No problem.
Well, I can respond to one more question and then I can leave, guys. Because I still the spoon guys are still waiting for me.
Thank you.
So I want to move on there.
Okay,
so
thank you.
Your question very short. The guy another appointment here.
I draft him, but I'll say I ask the question about legal meeting. Lego, I've been following the international media, journalists. There's a guy from Kenya, Jeff. I know Jeff. He used to be reporting during the wartime when he was in Liberia. He was reporting about ABC News. Looking at Liberia, those young people who come win the journalism fee, what could be your advice to them when they reporting on international level? Because I've been finding some reports on BBC and on ABC News, because those are media, some are found and see some storage. And also those storage, sometimes they carry out there a print the country in a very bad way or image. What could be your advice to those young people that are corresponding for some of those media institutions in Liberia? Because every country around the world has problem. Yeah, even the great United States you are living in, especially North Dakota. But sometimes most of those negative things, they don't really carry on those platforms like we do in Africa, and Liberia is no exception. What could be your advice?
You know, Chris, let me say this. The media is the mirror of the society. So if you put a mirror down and you appear in the mirror, and somebody say, look, you got to block one side of the mirror, so you cannot show your eyeball that ugly, or you cannot show your ugly beard. It's impossible. The media is the mirror of the society. And one of the reasons why our brothers, our journalists, they prioritize the international reportage is because our government officials, our politicians, they are very stubborn. In North Dakota, we have one newspaper here, one dominant newspaper here, the Forum. Everybody read the Forum. Anything that appears in the Forum, the citizens act and the government listens. But if something appears in the front page in Monrovia, our people will believe what the government said and what the front page said. If something appears in the analyst, they will believe what the government says and what the analyst says. So our people, the government manipulate our people. They don't listen to our people cries. People do protest and the government don't even care about what the protest issues are. There's no way you can hold a protest and present your petition or read your petition and the government say your petition, they will not look at it. If they will form a committee to look at it, they will do that. Our government officials are very stubborn. That the international community can bring pressure to bear on our government, which is why they can make changes. If it just left with us alone in Liberia, we just report on the local, nothing will happen. It is the international community that put pressure on these people. Because when they go out there and they start asking, hey, what's going on? So things is happening in your country and we don't see anything happening, change. Then they begin to have problems. And this is how our president can get their pressure on them. So we shouldn't discourage our brothers from reporting internationally. Let them report exactly as they see it, because as a mirror, you reflect what your country reflects. And other thing I want to say is, one journalist called Wiade Kuba, she used to be a lecturer at the university. She was once the president of the President of Liberia. And when she was president, Amos Sawyer raised an issue at one of the functions. And she said, the journalists report garbage. Amos Sawyer, very, very scathing criticism against the media. So they gave me Wiade Kuba a chance to make a comment after the president spoke and everything. And she said, Madam Mr. President, thank you very much. We take your criticism in good faith. But if you people don't give us garbage, we will not report garbage. And she just stopped there. And that statement, it hurt Sawyer than any other thing that people did. And Sawyer went to a mansion 2 days later and hired the press union officials to go and meet him to clarify what does she mean. Even Sawyer could not take criticism. So our people don't listen. In Nima there, you can report from now to Judgment Day in Nima about your officials there. They will not change. But when you get outside, when you go out and say, but what happening? You in your district, you are represented, and so something happening in your district, we're hearing it, we're reading about it, and they look at you're not even interested in fixing it. Then they get concerned. So that's where I come from. I think the media should report more ruthlessly, more virulently, intellectually, and they should do whatever they can do to expose the ills of the society. Until then, Liberia was never going to be the way it is. Those of you who are enjoying the little freedom now, if those before us and ourselves who were there were not hard-headed and making it tough for the government and making and reporting tough news for the government, you would be the one fighting for it. But now you are not fighting that way. You are fighting to improve on the freedom that you have. So I want to say hats off to all the journalists in Liberia. I always disagree with people when they say the journalists in Liberia, they are nothing. I believe you guys are more than what the people think. The profession in Liberia, the most decent profession in Liberia, the most valuable profession in Liberia is journalism. What are you talking about? They know the kind of work you do to report, to analyze on stock show, to put your life. The lawyers don't get time for that. Lawyer with a client. The client pay them to do the client work. You don't have, your client. I want the Liberian people are your client. You stand up for them. You stand in the gap for them. You take heat for them. People beat you for them. They beat on you. They say all manner of things about you. Even in your own community, people don't like you because of what you do, but you still do what you do. This is the only profession in the world that don't care about what people say about them. They do what they want to do as to what they see is right. And I'm part of you. I'm always part of you. The only advice I got, there are some of our brothers who are not going to journalism school. You don't have to go to journalism school to be a journalist. You can go to other discipline. You can be other discipline. People like the guy from BBC who was a math teacher, Robin White. Well, teaching mathematics. Are not journalists. There are a lot of journalists in America. They are all lawyers. Some of them lawyers. Some of them other discipline where they become journalists. Some of them there's a Fox News. Some of them are models. They take part in beauty pageant from there. They made them journalists. You don't have to be a journalist school before, but once you enter the profession, you should read and read and read and read for you to be current with the profession and for you to be able to do your job in a more respectful way. Those who went to journalism school, we say thank you for taking up the profession. We need people to be here while we are gone. If everybody is afraid of journalism because it doesn't have money, some of you working for nothing. Many of the journalists in Liberia today work for nothing. Okay? Now the fact that somebody try to provide a little something for our people, and now everybody getting money, but you still do the job. So the institution can even pay you. You go and get cattle, that's how you live.
Thank you.
You get cattle and still try to report the facts. You know, a hard thing to do. Getting cattle and still tell getting and still rise it. Getting tried it yesterday was so they have mud on it. Why if you eating getting cattle?
Thank you very much, Jerry. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much, guys, for inviting me. Anytime invite me. My guy D will send me the number and we'll see what we can do. I'm in favor of what you're going to be doing. That's tomorrow. So we got to do it as fast as we can. So anybody can text the number to me. You can text it to me. When I leave the air, I'll be going on spoon shortly. So thank you very much. I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you for appearing here today. You are most welcome.
All right.
Yeah, John. The two guys are tough talker. You know, you got to listen to them. You know, experienced people in Liberia. So when they sharing their experiences with us, sometimes we sit and listen, so we can get our views about it. Yeah.
We are facing some little bit of issue with the platform tonight. Maybe we can stop here. Let's see if we can try to work on it from the back so that it can continue to tomorrow or the day of the election.
Okay.
Yeah. It's actually
even our guests keep coming. Alex go back, but the network problem in Liberia today actually is a problem.
It's not only Alex. Mafasin is joining, but he experiencing the same thing. Ellis Dennis too is also experiencing the same thing. I don't know what is going on, but let's see if we can try to work on it behind the scene for tomorrow.
Yeah, we got to work on it. Also had to see, I know what the CEO had to be working on the issue of the Facebook. because it was disconnected and then reconnect again. I don't know whether it was in their way or something going on. I don't know. So I think I think we need to monitor the page, the Facebook page.
Good day.
Okay.